This company has gone through a lot of change, positive change over time. It was once fully owned by Longman Group, the UK, in the 60s. The company began in 1965 as Longman's branch, became Longman Kenya, early 70s. Longman Group fully divested from the company in the 1990s when local investors, Kenyans, took over and looked for a name that would represent the Africanness of the company. And therefore that's when the name of the publishing firm changed from Longman to Longhorn. I stress the horn because the informing objective of renaming the company Longhorn was to ensure that we capture its Africanness in terms of the communication objective, that we are a communicating company, and in Africa communication in the traditional days we used to use the horn. So this one is longer than the one that used to happen in those days because we can reach the continent, we can reach the globe. And so Longhorn Publishers really represents and signifies the resolve to ensure that we release innovative learning materials not only to the continent but also to the globe, and we are now able to do that through digital content that is carried through partners like Amazon, like World Reader, and all the other partners that we have in the digital platforms. So we began as Longhorn Kenya, and we've opened two subsidiaries in 1995. The first subsidiary was opened in Uganda, and 2005 the second subsidiary was opened in Tanzania. And so when we go to these countries as the parent company, and we are called Longhorn Kenya, the foreignness of the company is always stressed by the name Longhorn Kenya. And so because we have now expanded our reach to new countries like Malawi, like Rwanda, like Zambia, and soon stretching out to Ethiopia and South Sudan, we felt that strategically we needed a name that speaks global, that speaks continent, that speaks more than a local outfit like Longhorn Kenya. And therefore the reason now to formally adopt and change the name from Longhorn Kenya to Longhorn Publishers Limited. Basically, in terms of acceptability, even when you are sending out or participating in tenders as Longhorn Publishers, you get more acceptable in the region, and the name also captures the aspiration of expansion and growth within the region, within the continent, and the global reach through digital content. And of course, the name also captures the fact that we are not stagnant, we are progressing, and we can have our business anywhere and everywhere. We see an opportunity and we have the resources to exploit the opportunity as it were. It will also be very critical because we would want to grow the company to a level where we're able to cross-list. I think I needed to mention that Longhorn Kenya is a listed company at the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and therefore now when the name changes, and it has already changed to Longhorn Publishers, we're able to easily cross-list without creating a feel that this is a Kenyan company, but this is a company that applies across the region and across the globe in any country where we cross-list and our stocks attract investors. The change of name is actually a confirmation of our confidence in our growth agenda. Our brand message still remains to expand minds, and we want to be able to expand minds locally, we want to be able to expand minds continentally, we want to be able to expand minds globally. We still retain our brand mantra of being informative, of being innovative and being edutaining, meaning that our content, the content that we offer to the end user, should entertain, should attract them, as well as educate them. And our promise to offer better quality, globally accepted quality, and reaching much greater audience than before remains our promise, remains our offer to our end user. And technically, the change of name is a promise that we are no longer the small company that we were. We are bigger than we could ever be, and we are focused to grow this company to greater heights. The promise, as I said, remains the same. We are in the business of expanding minds, and we will continue to give a new mix of offers to the end user that would compete anywhere on the globe, and that would ensure that the brand stands as one of the greatest brands that ever existed on the continent. Longhorn is a future-looking company. We've been able to weather all the challenges across the time. There have been very many challenges, but through our strategic programs that enable us to diversify products, we've been able to surmount the challenges. For example, one of the things that I have already intimated to is the regional expansion, which is something that we are doing with a lot of resolve, and we're putting all our resources in mind. From the learning curve, that is something that we've done over the years. We are growing regionally, and we want to consolidate our presence in the subsidiaries where we are. We recently incorporated Longhorn Publishers Rwanda. That's part of the growth that we have. Mind you that in Uganda and Rwanda, we are operating from our own premises. We have bought a property where we are operating from our own premises, to show that we are actually not a makeshift company. We are not there for the short run. We are there for the long haul, and we want to be seen by the locals as locals in those countries. And therefore, as part of the regional expansion, that's part of the future of this company. In terms of diversification, we want to be able to expand astronomically in e-learning, and we are already having several initiatives. We are actually the preferred company in Kenya to be able to, when companies want to get a demonstration of what this animal called e-learning is, we are the ones who demonstrate to the counties, we are the ones who demonstrate to organizations, to NGOs, because we got the products, both offline and online, that have endeared the market to the products. We've also been able to supply the same to Uganda, to Ghana, to Tanzania, to Malawi, through our partnership with the World Reader. So in terms of where I see the company, I can only see a growing company that will not just stop at publishing hard copies. We have already moved to the soft copy, and we are moving to related products, because we want to offer a wholesome product to the customer that is all inclusive. And the details of some of the areas of the diversification definitely have not yet been implemented. Therefore, it will be too early to mention some of them, but we want to be able to offer a wholesome experience to the learner, to the stakeholder, so that they look to Longhorn as a single source of all their solutions in terms of edutainment.